Good morning, and this is Jacqueline Richardson. It's JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me out there. Today, I hope everyone is doing well and feeling well. I wanted to hit a topic today. I've been hearing a lot about a lot of people committing suicide because of bullying or whatever they're going through, and I want to talk about that. I can speak about that because I've been in that realm of things, and I was able to overcome it. And it's a rough road, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. I want to speak about what the Army go through, and a lot of them commit suicide. So yeah, I want to touch base on some things today, and I need y'all to focus because you can always wake up and be in that box. So you need to pay attention. Now, you got some people, they're on a daily suicide, okay? And, which we call a death wish. You got people that they're always out here starting with people, arguing, fighting until somebody kills them. That's what we call a death wish, which is a every day I wake up, I want to die suicide, okay? And I've met a lot of people in my day with that type of mentality, Now, when it comes to bullying, bullying, when you're being bullied, it means that the person that's bullying you has mental issues somewhere. They've been hurt in the past, and they've been trained to hurt others. They have a thing with hurting people that can't fight back or won't fight back, okay? Because they won't bully people that will fight back, and that's the thing with bullying. They find the smallest prey because they can't beat the biggest prey, I'm starting to see a lot of kids on Facebook is being bullied and they're committing suicide. And this has been going on for years, people. When kids is being bullied and they go home and commit suicide or try to commit suicide, and then their parents have to deal with it. Now, this podcast here today is not only for parents. This is for kids too. So if you have a child and you think that they could be going through such or feeling such, feel free to download it and let them hear it, so that way they can get a little bit more understanding of what they need to do. Now, one, when you're being bullied, self-love comes to play, okay? And when I say self-love, I'm saying enough love in your heart for yourself to say, I don't want to go through this, and tell somebody about it, your parents, your teacher, your principal, whoever can protect you if you just can't fight that battle alone. And it's not being a snitch. It's called self-love. Okay, because you don't want to be hurt and these people are hurting you, or a person is hurting you. Okay, that's one thing. Then we're going to talk about those that have no one, like single mothers, boyfriend issues. When you're going through stuff, and then you may not have friends or family because you've pushed yourself to the bitter limit with this person, and your family don't want to respond because they see that you're being negative towards what they've been telling you when they saw things coming, and you don't want to face them no longer. So when you have issues like that, they have suicide hotlines, okay? And you can Google these suicide hotlines and talk to someone. Don't just act. Talk to someone. There is a way out, always. Now, my way out is I pray, I talk to God about it, and ask Him to help me seek a way out. My second way is God makes me stronger to fight back. Okay? And not everybody's strong enough to fight back. And that's the key right there. So for those that's not strong enough mentally or physically to fight back because they have fear, and their fear is so strong that they can't overcome it, then that's when you need to seek help of others. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I personally tried to commit suicide. Okay? This was back in Buffalo, New York. I had just got custody of my grandson, and I was married to a man that I went to jail. He went to jail, and I was there for him every step of the way for over 3 years with my kids. You know, he was an older man. He gave me everything I wanted. I couldn't. Anything I asked for, he provided, you know, even from the jail, you know, because he did work prior to going to jail, so he did have checks, income tax, you know, so when I needed money, you know, he was able to send it to me and everything else. So I was good financially, but he was the type of man that would cheat regularly. And I had a car accident prior to meeting him. And I would be in pain, so much pain sometimes when we are having our moments, okay? And I couldn't perform the way I did when, you know, before the car accident. So I always thought that's why he was cheating. Okay, I didn't know if it was in his nature or that's why he was cheating. Now, prior to that, I went to the doctor, and the doctor had put me on a depressant because, you know, with me going through the car accident, always in pain, then having a new husband, a new grandchild, he felt, you know, just with those, all of that right there, he said, you know what, you just need something to calm you down, okay? Not asking me, you know, he didn't ask me what to, you know, how can I say, instead of talking to me, you know, or sending me to a therapist, he just prescribed this particular medication. And the medication was called Zoloft, okay? Me and my husband had got into a big altercation, and he decided, after we got into this big altercation, because it was over him cheating once again, he took all our money and went to a girl from his past. Now, according to him, the reason why he left her is because she was on drugs and she was HIV positive, and I've heard other things from the street about this female. So my husband decided to take everything that we had built, money that we had saved, and go and be with her. And then spent all the money, and then called home and said, I'm broke, can you send for me? Me being the woman I am, of course I told him no. You know, shoot, you chose her and you stole our money, and you went with her, so you stay with her, you know. That's the type of woman I am. But then, you know, being that I was a religious type of woman, I told myself, okay, well, he is my husband. Now, he made this statement to me. I'm your husband and I'm your husband forever. And I'm asking for you to send for me to come home. And I kept saying no. So one day I got off of work and I got me some marijuana. And I said, I need to smoke something. Not realizing I was still on the Zoloft. Okay? And I smoked this marijuana. Well, after I smoked this marijuana, I went on ahead and sent for him. I smoked the marijuana the following day. When he was on his way, I kept smoking the marijuana and taking my Zoloft. Well, when he got there, and he stood in my face and he's talking, it's like I can't hear him, but I can hear him, like everything was fuzzy. And I just sat down and I took a blade and cut my wrist. And I had told myself for that moment I wanted to die. Okay? Once I had realized what I've done, I started praying. I started calling on God, And I said, God, please, please, please help me, because I know that this is not right. What is wrong with me? This is not me. I'm stronger than this. So I started patching myself up and getting myself together. Luckily my kids wasn't there, so they wasn't there to see all that trauma, But I had to talk to God on that. And I talked to him and he saved me through that, and I vowed that it would never happen again because I would never allow someone to get in my head that way, But it wasn't only that he was in my head. It was because I was on the Zoloft. I used a street drug. Plus, I was already dealing with so much in my life. And it was like nobody was hearing me, And all I had was God at that moment. And that's who I had to turn to, And God seeks my mind. How can I say it? Not seek my mind. My mind seeked God so much that he put a plan together for me. And I didn't even know he was putting it together. I started going to counseling. I started going to domestic violence counseling. They didn't know that I tried to commit suicide. But the stuff that they was teaching me was telling me why it happened. I went to work every day. Nobody knew, besides those that I told, and it wasn't like they looked at me differently, but I felt differently. You know what I mean? Because I was one of those ones that attempted to do harm to myself because of what I was going through, But then God brought good people into my life, And when I say good people, people that cared about my feelings, people that were open listeners, They would listen instead of judging. They would listen and communicate with me and make things seem, I'm not going to say seem better, be better than what it was. So I was so thankful that God had put these people in my life. I overcame that because I knew what the cause of it was, and I had to get rid of the problem. Now, the reason why I was so stressed out about my husband cheating is because this woman that he cheated with or went and took all our money, it was said that she had HIV. Now, I was in Buffalo, New York, and I lost a lot of friends from HIV and AIDS. I'm talking gay, male, straight, female, straight. I lost these friends. I didn't want my children to bear that problem of seeing me die from a disease that I didn't contract myself. And I'm a married woman, So with that being said, me being a married woman and then contract this disease from a man that really didn't care about my health, well-being, it took a lot of toll on my mind. It took a major toll on my mind. Like, okay, he may give me everything materialistic, but the well-being of my health, he doesn't care about. So you have to look at this and say to yourself, is this a man that you want to be with? No. So that's when I had to make that decision, to say, I may have the finest things in life, but if he's going to jeopardize my health, I don't need him. Well, you know what God did for me throughout that process? God not only got rid of him for me, gave me better friends, and upgraded my life to where I was able to buy my own materialistic things. And I didn't need no man to help me. So God, he opened up that path for me. I just had to go through that door. He opened the path and put the doors there and said, well, what doors are you going to go? And I followed that path and I followed that journey, even though sin came with some of that journey. But when he landed me to glory. Okay? And I just want to throw this out there. So just because you're being bullied into something that you don't want to be in, God can land you into glory. You just have to be patient and try to get around people that is sympathetic to whatever you're going through. That's the key. Because when you're around negative people or people that just give up on you, it's not going to help. And this is why I really try not to give up on people, even though, sometimes they can get on your nerves, and they can really stress you out so bad to where you like, look, just leave me alone. I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to see you. But you try not to give up on them, because when you give up on them, then they don't have nobody to talk to help them overcome whatever feeling that they're going through inside. Now, wanting to commit suicide is not really a mental illness. Okay? It's just that you're pushed to the limit and you see no other way out. Because people have put you in a box and said, this is what it is. And you got to deal with it. Who wants to deal with pain every day? Who wants to deal with the fact that, they're going through so much stuff that there's no way out? No one wants to deal with that stuff every day that they wake up. But you have to seek God's way out and pray about it. Now I want to talk about, I'm done talking about my situation, because God helped me overcome my situation. And he did it then, and he will do it in a million times more if needed, because I know the path to take now. Where before I ran to the doctor's office and I got pills and, then I wanted to resort to street drugs, and all of that combination took me to somewhere I didn't need to be. I needed to be where God can hear me and I can focus and understand what was really going on in my life. So now I'm past that, and I'm thankful that God, he just helped me through it so much, and it was so amazing. I didn't want a man for anything after that. You know what I mean? I was able to buy myself whatever I needed when it came to cars, house, clothes, jewelry. It didn't matter, because he provided that for me. I didn't need no man, and I was thankful. So my advice to you guys is, seek God. Whatever you're going through, seek God and follow the path. He's setting it up for you. When he know you're going through something, he is setting it up for you. You just have to follow through. Do not fear the follow through, because the follow through can be your best destiny. Okay? As I call the next chapter in your book. Now I want to talk about some of the military, Like we're going through war right now. And some of the military, some people go into the military and don't really think they're going to war, Or some people get there and then they don't realize how strenuous mentally and physically things can get. Then you have some sergeants that's bullies, They find a person and they pick on them. They call themselves making them stronger, but in actuality, they make them weaker, Some people can't deal with the fact they've left their families, knowing whatever their families might be going through things, and they're not there to help them. A lot of them get turned to drugs when they're in these other countries, trying to deal with the everyday, I have to kill and see dead bodies every single day. That's not an easy task. To wake up every day and you are a murderer. You are sent out to kill. And you're licensed to do so. That's what makes it so bad. Some people can't deal with that mentally. That I am licensed to go out here and murder as many bodies as I need to while I'm at war. So not everybody can deal with that. And they deal with it. Some deal with it with alcoholism. They become alcoholics. Some take drugs, other drugs, hardcore drugs like cocaine, dope, and then some just can't take it no more and they check out. They commit suicide. People, those that's in the army, and this is to y'all, you have chose a job, and when you choose this job, you can't regret what you've chosen. You just have to do your time and get out. Nothing is forever. And I always tell people that, nothing is forever. Unless you've done a major crime and you got life in jail or something like that, then, hey, yeah, that's forever. That's common sense. But the Army they give you chances to say, okay, well, you can give us 2 years and you can go on about your business. You can give us 4 and go on about your business. Try and deal with it. Because when you go in there and you feel like you can't deal with it no more and you check out, you hurt your families. Granted, they don't know what you're going through. But then they're hurt because they want to know, what did these people do to my family member for them to want to check out like this? Now, kids are without a father. A wife is without a husband. People, you got to seek God. God over everything. You have to pray. You have to believe. The things that we go through as human beings, it's rough. And then a lot of people say, hey, I don't want to believe in God because if God cared, I wouldn't be going through this. But you got to remember, how many people is in this world that God got to cover? It's a lot of people. And he answers a lot of prayers daily. But if he sets up positive energy and positive paths for you, take that positive energy and positive path. So you can overcome whatever's coming at you. Now, I want to talk a little bit about kids being bullied in school, because I was also bullied in school. I used to get my lunch money taken from me every day when I was in 151. I'm not going to name any names of the person that did it. I've never seen her since I left that school. Again, matter of fact, she left the school before we even graduated 8th grade. So I really never seen her again after I had to stand up for myself. But yeah, she used to take my lunch money every day. And I went to a friend and I talked to them about it. And it was like, I was one that never wanted to get in trouble, I just was that type of child. I never really wanted to get in trouble, and I'm like that today. I still don't like to get in trouble. If I can help it, I will walk away before I get in trouble, So I didn't want to get in trouble for doing something really crazy. But, however, when I was being bullied in school, I went and talked to one of my friends. And the thing about it was, we wasn't really friends yet. We would just, say hello and goodbye. And I told them about it. And, she said to me, you got to stand up to her. Once you stand up to her, she's going to leave you alone. So I said, what you mean? Tell her no. And she was like, yeah. I said, okay. So she said, well, this is what I'll do. When you're ready to tell her no, me and my people will be in the background. I said, all right. So I went up to the girl that was taking my lunch money. And I said, I'm not giving you no more lunch money. I said, it ends today. And if you feel like you need to fight me for it, then let's get it right now. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that you felt like I was bullying you for your lunch money. And, the whole story just changed. But every day I come to school, yo, what you got for lunch for us? How much money you got? Let's go to the store. And I'm like, well, damn, this money is for me. So I had to stand up for myself. And sometimes standing up for yourself helps. And sometimes it may not. But I was one of the lucky ones. I did have some people behind me, to say, go ahead and do what you got to do. We right here. And I did what I had to do and got her off me, shook her off. You know what I mean? It didn't even turn into a fight. But it don't work out. Excuse me. It don't work out for everybody like that. And I realized that. So that's when you have to tell somebody. Because then you have children, like here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I live at. Kid was being bullied. He got so tired of it, he went home and got a gun and killed his bully. And it was a sad ordeal, but I understood it. Because you get tired. So this is also for the bullies that's out there as well. Those that do the bullying, don't forget that some of them people that you bullying is weak. Because they may not be. They might not just want the drama, the stress. Because stress kills, And they may come back at you full force and shut you down. So that's another thing you bullies need to think about. Not everybody is going to allow you to bully them. Not everybody is going to allow you to hurt them. So with that being said, y'all need to think about it when y'all go bullying people. Okay? There's people that bully people all kind of ways. You got jobs that bully people. You have bill collectors that bully people. In school, classmates bully people. Teachers bully people. You have so many ways that people are being bullied out here. You got customers that walk into a store and bully people. And you're going to run into the wrong one. And this just goes out to the bullies. You might just walk up to the wrong one thinking you're bullying them, and they will shut you down. So pay attention, bullies. And we training these people every day. How to fight. How to learn karate. So think about it before you decide you want to run up on somebody and be telling them what to do or how to do stuff, or you think you running stuff. Pay attention, because it can all get shut down. It can all go away. Tables turn. Just like I tell you about the boy in Charlotte here. He was the one going home bullied every day. And he loved himself enough, self-worth, to say, this guy will not bully me no more. Enough is enough, and I'm going to stop it here. It's sad that it ended with death, but he had to stop him. Who wants to go home every day or go to school every day or go to work every day and be going through something? I had a job recently, and I was going to work every day, and I was being bullied. And I told my boss, if you don't stop, I'm going to walk up out of here. He didn't believe me. He thought I needed the money. I did need the money, but my self-worth meant more to me than that money. So I had to leave, and I walked out on him, because you're not going to continue to bully me, to do stuff that my company is telling me not to do. You're not going to redo the rules, because rules were set in place for a reason, and then tell me that if I didn't do it, I'm going to get in trouble because you are the overseer. But my overseer says these are the rules and you should follow as well. So why are you bullying me and all the rest of us to do it the way you want us to do it? Last I checked, you wasn't the owner. So who gives you the right to be bullying all of us to do negative things? I walked out on him. Because I'm not going to sit there and do negative things to make you happy. And in the end, I'm still the little man. Nah. Not going to do it. So yeah, bullying, it happens all over the place. It happens in people's homes, you know. And this is why I talk to kids a lot. You know, people say, you know, Jackie, you always with the kids, helping the kids. And yeah, because I know sometimes things go on in their homes and they need to talk about it. And I know more about the kids in my community what their parents probably don't even know. And that's because I'm their confidant. Because if I see that something is going down crazy and they feeling fear, I'm going to bring it to the light. And they know it. They know it because I've been there. I've been there bullied. I've been there where, well, y'all know I was abused as a child and my brother was molested. You know, I've been there. So I know what it's like. I know the signs because I was one of them. So yeah, they know. And they respect me. You know, they come to me and they may tell me something and they know I'm not going to tell. Unless need be. If things get crazy, yeah, then I have to step up to the plate and say something. They know it. My love for them is real. And they tell that once they, you know, I'm going to say this. When I was in California, back in 2013, this guy came up to me. His kids kept staring at me. And I was like, oh, they must know that I'm not from here. He said, no. He said, you have a halo over you. And I'm like, huh? What are you talking about, man? Right? You know, I thought it was crazy. I'm ready to run, like get away from him. He said, anytime kids stare at a person like that, it's because they see somebody like them an angel. And I'm like, wow, I never thought of things like that, But it started coming in place in my mind, And then I would go places, and I would see kids, and they would just stare at me. And I'm like saying to myself, is anything wrong? Is there something you want to tell me? Or you just want to be friendly, and say thank you for being there for us kids. What do you want to say? There's a lot of us out here that's been abused mentally, physically, raped, molested. And those same people are just like they pray. But then you have people like myself that's loving and caring and understanding to what they've been through or what they're going through. So bullying can happen anywhere, people. It can happen anywhere. The police bully people. Bullying goes on every single day. It's how you deal with it and get out of it. And if you need help, ask for it. Somebody will help you. I don't care if you got to talk to 10 people in a day. If you're going to find that one that's going to say, you going through what? Come on, let me help you. Let me guide you to the right people. Or you feel like you want to commit suicide. Hold on, no. Come on. Let me help you and let me guide you to the right people. Do you really want to use drugs? No, come on, let me guide you to the right people. You just got to keep talking until you find that person that's going to guide you to the right people to help you. So, people, seek God. I need y'all to have more self-love. And seek the right people to help you. And medicine is not the key. Medicine can make it worse. A lot of people, they get so depressed, the doctor give them a Valium, they go home and sleep for 2 days. That's not the answer. Because when you wake up, guess what? That problem is still there. Then they want to drink, and next thing you know, they passed out because they had Valiums plus alcohol. Now they got kidney problems and mental problems. People, have self-love. That's the key. Love yourself enough to pray about it. Open your mind and seek the journey that God has for you. Because the journey is there. You just got to figure it out. He may send a person to just give you knowledge. To say, hey, well, you know what? I tried this with my family. So why don't you try that? Or try this. Or try that. So just pay attention. And especially with women, we go through a lot. We got kids to take care of, trying to go to work, school, and then you got to still take care of the household. And you may have to go to appointments for things, and you're running all over the place, and you saying to yourself, how am I going to do all of this? I can't do it. I'm tired mentally, physically. Meditate and talk to God. He's going to figure it out. And just remember, nothing lasts forever. It's only one thing that lasts forever, and that's death. So, you don't want that. You want to be happy here on earth. So that's when you have to learn to clear your mind enough to seek God. Because we could be running around crazy talking about, oh, we don't know what to do. But God is right there to help us. And your mind is so messed up, you can't even think to direct yourself to God. So, clear your mind. Whatever it takes, meditation. I use meditation. music. Those are the two things I do. Work out to clear my mind enough so I can talk to God without everything floating on in my brain. But I'm going to end this podcast, y'all. Thank you for joining me. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Deja, Jackie, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check me out now on Pandora. We are now on Pandora. Not all of May Heights' music is on Pandora, but some of his music is on Pandora. But not all of mine either. But they're working on getting us a radio station now, so we're blessed about that. So y'all make sure y'all take the time out and hear us on Pandora, and we're on all other platforms. I'm also trying to get this podcast here on Pandora. That will be taking place really soon. So I love to be here enough to give y'all the information that I've learned. So I'm going to expand this podcast to people. And I thank y'all for listening and downloading my my podcast. I love y'all once again. Y'all take care. I'll talk to y'all soon.